The sun sets over the vast, endless expanse of the West Texas desert, turning the sky into molten streaks of orange and red. Shadows stretch across the rugged terrain, dotted with sparse desert vegetation and the occasional towering cactus, standing like silent sentinels, guarding secrets that have persisted for over a century. As night falls, the desert transforms into an otherworldly landscape, a place where the ordinary laws of nature seem to bend and twist. It is here, in this isolated expanse, that the Marfa Lights appear, elusive, flickering orbs that hover above the desert floor, defying explanation and igniting imaginations across generations. Locals have spoken of these lights for over 100 years, yet even today they remain an enigma. They do not conform to the behavior of cars, planes, or any known source of illumination. Some witnesses describe them as dancing spheres, shifting in color from pale white to fiery orange, moving with deliberate intention, almost as if they possess consciousness. Others claim they vanish and reappear in an instant, mocking the human eye, teasing any who attempt to understand them. Scientists have tried to rationalize these sightings, pointing to atmospheric conditions, mirages, or reflections off distant highway lights, yet no single explanation has ever fully accounted for their erratic movements, their uncanny ability to appear in places where no natural light source exists, or their tendency to mesmerize anyone who dares to watch. Imagine standing in the heart of this desert, the night pressing in from every direction, the stars shining with unmatched clarity above. You feel the wind whisper through the canyon, carrying the faint scent of sagebrush and dust, while the temperature dips and the air thickens with anticipation. Suddenly, from the corner of your eye, a light appears, soft, almost ethereal, hovering near the horizon. It pulses, it shifts, and it moves as if drawn by some unseen force. Your mind races, trying to reconcile what you are seeing with everything you know about physics and reality. This is the Marfa Lights, a phenomenon that has captured the imagination of explorers, scientists, and dreamers alike. Over the decades, countless theories have emerged. Some suggest the lights are caused by reflections of car headlights from nearby highways, bending through layers of air with varying temperatures. Others propose that they are the product of naturally occurring gases igniting in the thin desert atmosphere to create spontaneous bursts of illumination. Paranormal enthusiasts, however, insist that the lights are far more than a scientific anomaly. To them, the lights are a message, a manifestation of energies beyond our comprehension, a reminder that the universe still holds secrets we are too human to fully grasp. Tourists travel from around the world, drawn to Marfa by the promise of witnessing something that feels sacred, something untouched by the ordinary rhythm of life. The story of the Marfa Lights is not just about the lights themselves, but the people they affect. Families recount tales of nights spent huddled in the desert, eyes wide, hearts pounding, hoping to glimpse these mysterious orbs. Locals describe an almost reverential fear, a mix of awe and caution that has seeped into the culture of the town. Children grow up with stories of the lights dancing on the horizon, stories that blur the line between folklore and reality. Even seasoned scientists admit to a strange sense of humility when confronted with first-hand accounts, recognizing that some mysteries refuse to be confined within the rigid boundaries of human understanding. Night after night, the lights continue their enigmatic dance, refusing to adhere to any predictable pattern. They appear at times when the desert seems most lifeless, only to vanish when observed through telescopic lenses or infrared cameras. Witnesses report that the lights respond to human presence, almost as if aware that they are being watched. Some theorists suggest a link to geomagnetic anomalies, a natural phenomenon in the Earth's crust that could generate the illusion of moving lights. Yet even with advanced technology and relentless observation, the Marfa Lights remain a puzzle, teasing humanity with a glimpse of something larger, something beyond our grasp. The desert itself adds to the mystique. Its isolation creates a theater of shadows and sound, where every whisper of the wind or rustle of wildlife seems amplified in the still night. The Milky Way stretches across the sky, casting faint illumination that barely competes with the luminescent orbs dancing near the horizon. From a distance, the lights could be mistaken for distant vehicles or celestial anomalies, yet as you move closer, their strange behavior becomes undeniable. They drift and flicker with an almost playful quality, sometimes splitting into multiple lights, only to merge again in seamless synchrony. Observers describe an emotional response that is impossible to ignore, a mix of fear, wonder, and a profound sense of connection to something larger than themselves. Historical accounts add layers to the enigma. Early settlers wrote of strange lights appearing near the desert long before the invention of modern automobiles or even the telegraph. Ranchers navigating the treacherous terrain at night would occasionally witness luminous spheres floating across the desert floor, compelling them to stop and stare in bewilderment. Stories passed down through generations speak of lights that led travelers astray, lights that hovered over family homesteads without warning, lights that seemed to communicate in silent, deliberate flashes. Each retelling adds another layer, a new perspective, yet the essence remains. These lights are not bound by the ordinary, they exist outside the predictable. As night deepens, a hush falls over the desert. Even the nocturnal creatures seem to pause, as if recognizing the presence of something extraordinary. The Marfa Lights continue their ethereal performance, weaving across the horizon with a grace that defies explanation. For those lucky enough to witness them, the experience is transformative, a fleeting encounter with the unknown that leaves an indelible mark on memory. Scholars and enthusiasts alike agree that the lights challenge our perception of reality, forcing us to confront the limits of our knowledge and the vastness of the mysteries that lie hidden in the world. Even with the proliferation of cameras, drones, and advanced observation equipment, capturing the lights in their full splendor remains elusive. Many attempts result in disappointment, with the lights disappearing or failing to materialize on film. Yet when caught on camera, the footage often sparks debate and awe, fueling discussions across forums, social media, and scientific circles. The Marfa Lights are a living mystery, an enduring testament to the unknown, a phenomenon that refuses to be tamed by logic or technology. Each new sighting rekindles the fascination, reminding humanity that some questions may never have definitive answers. The desert itself holds its secrets well, and the Marfa Lights are its crown jewel. They are a reminder that the Earth still harbors enigmas that defy comprehension, that some phenomena exist to provoke thought, imagination, and awe. In the heart of Texas, under the vast, unending sky, the lights continue to dance, whispering to those who watch with patience, courage, and an openness to wonder. The story is ongoing, a narrative woven through time, space, and perception, inviting anyone who dares to step into the desert night to witness a spectacle that is as mysterious as it is mesmerizing.
As dawn approaches, the desert is quiet, almost reverent, holding the secrets of the night in suspended anticipation. The Marfa Lights vanish with the first streaks of sunlight, leaving behind only footprints, memories, and the lingering questions of those who stayed awake, eyes fixed on the horizon. Yet, even as the lights disappear, their impact endures. Scientists, drawn to the site by the promise of explanation, arrive with high-tech instruments, sophisticated cameras, and miles of data recording devices, hoping to capture the phenomenon under controlled conditions. But the desert is stubborn. The lights, if they appear at all, seem aware of observation, appearing only fleetingly, teasing, elusive, almost playful in their defiance. Local historians and folklorists add another dimension to the story. They recount tales passed down for generations, ranchers who claimed the lights guided lost travelers back to safety, only to vanish before the men could thank them. Families describe lights that seemed to hover over abandoned homesteads, shining brighter when attention was focused, dimming when ignored. These stories are not just superstition, they are embedded in the culture of Marfa, creating a shared mythology that gives the lights a presence far greater than mere phenomena. Each narrative, each recollection adds texture, revealing a dance between human perception and something that exists beyond conventional understanding. Modern science attempts to rationalize, offering explanations that seem plausible yet incomplete. Some researchers suggest the lights are the result of atmospheric refraction, where temperature inversions bend the light of distant vehicles or campfires across the flat desert landscape. Others hypothesize that igniting gases, naturally occurring from decaying organic matter beneath the soil, could cause bursts of illumination. Electromagnetic anomalies, variations in Earth's magnetic field, or even bioluminescent activity have been proposed, but no theory accounts for the light's erratic timing, the way they split and merge, their seeming intelligence in movement, or their sudden disappearance at critical moments. The more the experts study, the more the lights assert their mystery. Tourists and enthusiasts bring a new perspective. Cameras, drones, and night vision equipment offer fresh opportunities to observe the lights, yet technology often fails to replicate the experience fully. Witnesses describe an overwhelming sense of presence, a feeling that the lights are more than just photons traveling through space, that they are entities, playful and aware, testing the observer's patience, curiosity, and imagination. Some record video evidence that, when scrutinized, sparks debate over authenticity, blurring the line between science, myth, and human perception. The desert becomes a theater where reality and imagination converge, leaving observers questioning what they saw, what they felt, and what they truly understand about the world around them. The cinematic tension rises when night falls again, and the audience, both in the desert and watching from afar, waits in suspense. Slowly they emerge, glowing orbs, at first faint, almost imperceptible against the night sky. They pulse and shimmer, split and recombine, darting across the horizon with a precision that seems intentional. The air grows electric with anticipation, and every camera lens, every eye captures only fragments of their dance. Observers speak in hushed tones, describing a sense of awe so intense it borders on fear. It is impossible to ignore the emotional gravity of the moment. The lights command attention, and for those who witness them, it is a transformative experience. As the narrative unfolds, the tension between science and folklore reaches a climax. Experts present empirical data, pointing to measurable phenomena, while locals counter with lived experience, insisting on a layer of reality beyond quantification. These opposing perspectives create a dynamic interplay, a dialogue between reason and wonder. The audience is drawn into this debate, left to grapple with the question: are the lights simply natural phenomena, or is there an intelligence behind their movements, a message encoded in flickers and pulses that humans are only beginning to perceive? The night deepens, revealing subtle details that escape the casual observer. Shadows play across the desert floor, trees and rocks catching faint glimmers from the mysterious orbs. The Milky Way stretches endlessly above, a celestial backdrop to the earthly spectacle. The camera pans slowly, capturing every flicker, every movement, each frame layered with suspense, beauty, and a hint of the supernatural. The music swells, a haunting score that mirrors the rhythm of the lights, drawing the audience further into the enigma. Every moment becomes a meditation on perception, belief, and the fragile boundary between the known and the unknown. As the documentary reaches its resolution, a profound realization emerges. The Marfa Lights are more than just a visual phenomenon. They are a mirror, reflecting human curiosity, fear, and the relentless desire to understand what lies beyond immediate perception. They challenge assumptions, defy explanation, and remind us that some mysteries are meant to endure, preserved in the desert, in memory, and in collective imagination. For those who have witnessed the lights, the experience is unforgettable, a blend of fear, wonder, and the humbling recognition that the universe holds secrets far beyond human comprehension. The final scene lingers on the horizon, where faint lights twinkle and vanish, leaving only the vast emptiness of the desert under a star-filled sky. The desert, timeless and indifferent, keeps its secrets well, allowing the lights to continue their silent dance, visible to those who dare to watch and willing to question what they see. The narrative concludes not with answers, but with an invitation to witness, to wonder, and to embrace the unknown. The Marfa Lights, with all their mystery and allure, remain a testament to the enduring human fascination with the unexplained, a cinematic embodiment of curiosity, fear, and awe.